Have you ever stopped and wondered, are the things you do every day, seemingly small things, secretly dragging you down? The answer, most likely, yes. And the remarkable thing is, that obstruction happens so quietly that we don't even realize it until we feel tired, exhausted, and gradually lose our motivation to live. Success, peace, happiness are not things that come from a grand turning point. They are built from very small things, repeated every day. And conversely, that the feeling of failure, discouragement, or deadlock does not come after a big shock, but originates from the very seemingly harmless habits that we still do regularly. The problem is because we don't see the consequences right away, we just let it continue. Gradually, those small things gradually erode us from our will, identity, to our inner potential. One of the most familiar actions, you probably did it this morning, is to pick up your phone as soon as you open your eyes. It seems harmless just checking the time, scrolling through a few notifications, checking messages, but the moment you let the blue light shine into your eyes, you hand over control of your morning mind to the outside world. Instead of actively starting your day, your mind is immediately dominated by social media, news, messages. Your brain switches to a reactive state. You are no longer the leader of your emotions, but the one who is swept away. The result, you start with distraction, continue with lack of concentration, fatigue, and finally feel bored for no reason. Not only during the day, but at night, that phone is also the culprit that makes it harder for you to sleep than you think. Many people lie down thinking, I'll watch a little bit to help me fall asleep. But then that little bit turns into hours of surfing videos, reading news, laughing a little, sighing a little. And the clock is almost at dawn. The light from the screen slows down the production of melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep and sleep deeply. Meanwhile, content from social media stimulates your brain, making it think it still has to stretch to withstand something. So instead of recovering, you end the day in a more exhausted state. You may not realize it, but from that small habit, you've lost a lot morning energy, the ability to concentrate, a sense of peace, and a full night's sleep. So if you always feel tired, unmotivated, and don't know why, you may have just found part of the answer. The good news is you don't have to turn your whole life upside down to change that. Just a few small adjustments. Try leaving your phone in another room when you sleep. Use an alarm clock instead of your phone. In the morning, before you touch your screen, try taking a few deep breaths, writing down what you're grateful for, or simply looking outside. In the evening, instead of scrolling, read a few pages of a book, or give your eyes and your mind a real break. These little things, if maintained every day, will gradually give you back what you're missing: alertness, energy, a sense of control, and inner peace. And then, when you're sleep deprived, low on energy, your brain is tired. What usually happens next? You eat out of control, unconsciously, like holding your phone. Mindless snacking is an all too common habit. Remember the last time you ate an entire bag of snacks in just a few scenes of a movie? Or opened a box of cookies, and then somehow they were gone before you knew it. No one thinks it's a problem. Everyone snacks. But here's the thing, you're no longer in control of what you're eating, how much, and why. Today, junk food is more than just food. It's designed to be addictive, literally, combining salt, sugar, fat, and flavorings in the perfect recipe to make your brain want more, more, and you keep eating. Not because you're hungry, but because you feel good. In the moment, you feel good, but that feeling passes quickly, leaving you feeling tired, sad, and sometimes guilty. You know you shouldn't eat, but you eat anyway, and then you feel weak. In the long run, it's not just about weight gain. Mindless eating, especially processed foods, is linked to chronic stress, anxiety, and even depression. Because the gut, where food is processed, also produces hormones that affect emotions. When you eat wrong, you're messing with your mind. So the next time you reach for a familiar food, stop for a moment. Ask yourself, am I hungry or sad? Do I need energy? Or am I looking for something to fill me up? You don't need to diet. Just eat mindfully, make better choices, eat more slowly, really savor the flavors, and make each meal a choice, not a reflex. And what happens when you're sleep deprived, mindlessly eating, and mentally drained? You don't want to move. And when you don't move, everything else slows down. We're great at finding excuses not to exercise. I'm tired. I'm busy. I can do it tomorrow. It makes sense. But every time you put it off, your body weakens a little. Your mind slows a little. Your vitality fades a little. Remember, your body was made to move. Your bones, your muscles, your blood, your lungs, your heart. They're all designed to move. When you sit still for too long, it's not just your posture that suffers. It's your mood, your metabolism, your circulation, your brain. Statistics show that lack of exercise is one of the leading causes of death in the world. But before it causes disease, it kills you mentally. You feel lazy, unmotivated, and increasingly disconnected from yourself. But here's the good news. You don't need to run 10 kilometers or work out for 2 hours every day. Just 15 minutes of brisk walking, some stretching exercises, and do it regularly. It's not how much, it's how long you do it. Movement is the most powerful, free mental medicine you can take every day. When you move, your body releases hormones that make you happier, reduce stress, and increase your confidence. It brings you back to yourself. So, next time you're about to scroll through social media or turn on another episode of Netflix, try standing up, stretching, and taking a few steps. Remind your body you're still alive, because when you start moving, everything else starts moving too. Eventually, after all of this lack of sleep, mindless eating, and lack of exercise, you will start to lose something more important. That is the habit of investing in yourself. You still go to work, still fulfill your responsibilities, but in your free time, instead of learning something, reading a book, or developing a skill, you choose to scroll through your phone, watch one more episode, and say, I'll think about it tomorrow. No one will criticize you, but you waking unconsciously are sending a message, I'm not worth the extra effort. The world out there does not stand still. And if you do not actively learn, develop, you will be left behind. Not by a declaration, but by a fact you cannot deny. By the time you realize it, it is often too late. You don't have to do anything big. Just 30 minutes a day to learn a skill, write a few thoughts, read a chapter. It's not about speed, it's about consistency. A little progress today, no matter how small, can make a difference in a year. Because if you don't invest in yourself, who will? Many people end up regretting not the things they did, but the things they didn't do. The missed opportunities, the forgotten dreams. And that regret comes not in a day, but little by little, day by day, through living without truly growing. There you have it. Just 4 seemingly harmless habits: checking your phone as soon as you wake up, eating mindlessly, not exercising, and stopping learning. But they are silently draining your life energy. No noise, no warning, just one day you wake up and you find yourself not being yourself anymore. The good news is you can change. You don't need permission. No one is holding you back, except you. Just start with the little things. Put down your phone, eat mindfully, move a little, learn something new. You'll be surprised at the difference they make. Because in the end, it's not the big breakthroughs that make you who you are. It's the small choices, repeated every day. The moments when you say to yourself, I deserve better than this. And if you're listening to this, that's a sign. You're ready.